people are going to buy virtual things. Was it natural for you to believe in what's happening right now with NFTs?
A lot of the magic of NFTs and a lot of the Web3 work is that it's designed in a way to be fundamentally interoperable.
Welcome back to Investment Tribe, where you've subscribed because you want to learn all about cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and other digital assets. Don't forget to leave us a thumbs up and enable the notifications so you'll be alerted whenever we post a new video. Also, don't skip any parts of this so that you don't miss out on important details. And if you have any questions or recommendations, please share them in the comment section below. No question, the term metaverse is becoming more and more part of our everyday vocabulary. There's no doubt about it. We are at the beginning of the future right now, especially with the upcoming Web 3.0 and that announcement from Mark Zuckerberg that Facebook will become part of the metaverse. But still, many of us are unfamiliar with this concept. So consider yourself lucky if you happen to come across this video or any other videos talking about this, because today I will tell you the different ways on how to get started investing with metaverse. But I want to clarify first that I'm not a professional in this field. I am not a financial advisor by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just an enthusiast that likes researching about this kinds of stuff and happen to have a YouTube channel. So do your own research first and invest at your own risk. So the first way that we will be looking at is by actually purchasing crypto tokens that are in connection with these metaverses. So if we look at the current top list, the first one is of course Axie Infinity's AXS. The second one is Mana from Decentraland, and the third one is Sand from the Sandbox. I know Axie is not there yet when it comes to being a full-blown metaverse at the moment, unlike Decentraland and the Sandbox, but they already have plans expanding their game, so we will certainly wait for their next move. So these tokens are the ones that are used in-game by players wanting to buy certain NFTs like land and items. Your investment will also help support the ecosystem of these games for the long term. Even though some people think of this as like owning a stock, it's kind of far from it. Because buying tokens doesn't mean that you will be owning a part of the game or the metaverse. But you will definitely have a profit from your investments in these tokens once they blew up. And most of them kind of blew up once that announcement from Facebook happened. For example, Mana went from 79 cents to $3.5 after Zuckerberg's announcement. So if you bought Mana for 79 cents, you will have an almost 450% profit right now. So that's one way to invest in the metaverse. Now, if you're like me, a low-risk, low-reward type of guy when it comes to their investments, then I think you will prefer this one, Metaverse Index. It works the same way as the Dow Jones or the S&P, where all the metaverses are valued into one single entity, into one single token that you can purchase. So again, if you want less risk but don't want to miss out on the metaverse train, then I highly recommend checking this one out. But of course, don't expect a high return on investment because not all metaverses are created equal. Some are pretty good and some are super bad. So in a way, they cancel each other out, and all we can hope is that the good ones outnumber the bad ones. So the next two are more involved, meaning you have to actually register and log into your chosen metaverse to invest. So these are specific NFTs in-game that you can purchase and maybe someday make some profit. The first one is through wearables and other assets for your metaverse avatar. All of us are gonna have an avatar of ourselves that will represent us in the metaverse. And what better way of standing out among others is through clothes and items. One of the company that is famous right now is Artifact Studios, where they create wearables for Decentraland. One of their hot-selling products right now is a limited edition Akira hoodie that is only 10,000 pieces. So imagine if you buy one of these and Decentraland somehow reached a player base of 10 million. You would belong to the 0.1% of the total owners of this hoodie. And imagine that a hoodie becomes a hot commodity someday. Then you can sell yours for 10 to 50 times the original amount. I know it's a long process to get profit, but think of it as like collecting obscure NES game cartridges in the 80s just because you wanted to and getting lucky because you happen to own a super rare game. And of course, it's not always about making a profit. If you just really want the item for your own avatar, then that's completely fine too. Now, there's another way you can profit by buying these NFTs. Take for example, Axie Infinity. Theirs are practical because each individual axis or the cute creatures of the game are NFTs as well. And you need 3 of these axes to be able to play the game. And some of these axes are not valued equally because some are rarer than the others. So it's not just for collecting, but these are the ones that you will use in the actual game. Another of these games that will be coming out is Lunacia. Now the second one of this type is by purchasing land. Yes, in-game land. And again, we can compare this to real life because if you own a plot of land at these metaverses, you can pretty much do anything with it. You can build your own home, set an event like a concert or something. You can start your business there. You can even create your own game, sort of like Roblox. So for example, in the sandbox, there are several plots of land that are still available and you can put your profile picture once you bought one. Some companies are now starting to buy plots of land at the sandbox, like The Walking Dead and Atari. So you just know that those will be a very busy place with upcoming events and games. Again, to compare with our real world, these plots of land are limited just like those wearables earlier. So once the huge user base comes pouring in, these areas are expected to become full very fast. So if you bought a piece of land today and it happened to be right next to an Ariana Grande space, then your plot of land will surely be in demand with business people because people will flock to that area. So that's how you can make a profit with this type of asset. Now to our last way if you want to start investing with Metaverse is to put your money in companies that are supporting the infrastructure and building their own metaverses. These companies are gonna be crucial because of their investments and popularity. They will help Metaverse to reach the global market. So by investing in them, you are showing your support for their cause. They will be our time machine to the future. I will list some companies that are doing good deeds right now. You probably know all of these companies and you might already be an investor in some of these. So as we all know, Facebook is starting this revolution. And we have other tech companies like Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, which is known for their graphic cards, so they will support when it comes to the graphic side of these metaverses. Unity, which is the main engine for some of the metaverse games, and I would like to point out Roblox. The popular online kids game is joining this revolution, believe it or not, and you can invest in their stock market. So watch out for other companies. They will surely be more in the future. It's your job now to do your own research. So there you have it. These are some of the ways that you can start investing with Metaverse. So if you're interested, be sure to check some of these out. But I do not recommend investing your life savings into this. Metaverses are exciting topics to talk about right now, but don't let your emotions fool you. Always do your research and be cautious. And remember, we don't know which metaverse will blow up and which one will implode. So don't waste your money on one metaverse only. Or don't waste your money on just metaverses, period. Diversification applies here too. Well, that's all for now. This is Investment Tribe. See you again tomorrow. Keep in mind to like, share, and subscribe.